And we are back with Date Night. This is Date Night. I'm going to make a song. There's no song. Most of the time in the sing was a song. People are like, why are we clapping?
Not in the forest.
We are continuing our playthrough with Rose Winter, the game by Pillow Fight. So if you want to watch part 1, check out part 1 with the link above right here. Right now, right here. No, I don't even know how to do that in YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
If I do, right here, yeah, right here. Click on this area right here.
That's what I've chosen for you.
Yeah. Let's start, and then we're in the cave. Catch up. Yeah, cave.
No, just start.
And start, and you start talking.
And when I wake the next morning, I feel strangely cheerful. Maybe now that we've both had time to sleep on it, he's calmed down. I roll over to ask him if he's really serious about the boyfriend thing. But his blanket lies flat on the hard earth. Kuya is gone. Maybe he'd got up to get breakfast or try to do something stupid like take an ice bath again. All right.
Oop. Sorry. My hand slipped.
But right away, it feels wrong to me.
Uh-oh.
I stand up, suddenly wide awake, and grab my sword. Outside of camp, there are signs of a struggle, and my heart grows cold. Claw marks on the trees, scuffled footprints in the snow. It looks like Kuya was dragged away. But Kuya is a huge and powerful hunter prince, right? What could possibly be strong enough to have done this to him? I know it doesn't make much sense, but my first thought is of the razorback. But that can't be. How could a giant half-blind boar have found us and dragged Kuya away, all without waking me up? What else could it have been, though? Is there some monster on this mountain that we didn't even know about? Something powerful and crafty that neither of us could have seen coming? It doesn't matter now. No matter what horrible creature did this, my job is still the same. I've got to save Kuya. I head out, not bothering to pack up our camp. Luckily, the monster and Kuya have left a pretty clear trail, and in fresh morning light, it isn't hard to keep track. I follow the gashes in the trees and the signs of struggle. I do my best to stay positive, despite the sinking feeling in my stomach. It's good that there's a trail at all, right? And no blood so far. I keep walking for about an hour without finding anything. I'm getting really worried. Until suddenly, far ahead, I see a familiar figure, shrouded in morning mist. Broad shoulders, horns, flowing
What is happening here?
It's Kuya. It has to be. My heart leaps. I run as fast as I can toward the figure. I'd give anything to hear Kuya's voice again, even if he was just calling me inferior again. But as I draw closer, I realize it's not Kuya. No, I'm more confused than ever. This person is still a moon forester for sure, but who is this? What's going on?
Oh, hello there. You must be Rosemary, yes?
You're not Kuya.
No, and thank the goddess for that. You are Kuya's babysitter, are you?
Are you not?
Are you not? I'm Princess Carol. I'm terribly sorry for my little brother's appalling behavior.
Little brother? That's right. Kuya has 5 older siblings, doesn't he? I'm sorry, Princess Caro. I'm not a babysitter. I'm a knight, sort of.
No, a knight.
I'm a knight, sort of. I was here to help guide Kuya to Starlight City, but he's gone missing.
Oh, I know all about what little Kuya been up to. Shameful, isn't it? At least you're calling him by his actual name. What? He didn't make you refer him to as his awesome lordship of holy greatness or anything ridiculous like that, did he?
No, of course not. His mighty magnificence, actually. Number 2.
Oh, for the sake of good goddess, I apologize on his behalf. He's the youngest, but you'll think he would have learned good sense by now.
It's alright, though. I didn't really mind that much. Besides, once we slayed a beast together and became brothers, I earned the right to call him by his true name.
You what? Oh dear. You poor thing. Please promise me you won't be embarrassed. It really isn't your fault. How could you have possibly known?
Okay, I'm confused. What exactly is going on here? Where's Kuya? Is he okay?
Oh, he's fine. As soon as I found out he had left my left for Mount Needle, I went off to bring him back. He's really not suited to a place like this. Did you say he wanted you to take him to Starlight City for the council? Well, that makes sense. He's always been jealous that he gets to serve that I get to serve as Moon Force representative and not him. But there's a reason he's never chosen for that task. He just isn't ready for the responsibility. And really, this little escapade proves that. Do you honestly believe the council would accept him as an ambassador of Moon Forest simply because he was the first one to get there? What a ridiculous notion. Really, he might have died if you weren't here to protect him. I must thank you for keeping our dear little Kuya safe.
Wait, so is Kuya really a great hunter or...
Great hunter? Ha! Ha! Oh, that's amazing. You poor thing. He told you nothing of the truth, did he? Let me bring you up to speed. Where to even start? It must be obvious that our dear Kuya has some real delusions of grandeur. Grandeur. The great hunt and his sacred hunters. All this is part of a legend passed down among Moon Force for generations. It's a story for children. An exciting story, certainly, but that's all it is. The great hunters may be based on real historical figures, but even so, such barbaric animal slaughter with no regard of the balance of nature has long been a thing of the past. We Moon Foresters have moved far beyond that now. I suppose it's our own fault being so secretive with our ways that outsiders don't know how we really are. I don't at all blame you for believing Kuya's tall tales of mystical
ruffians.
I don't even know why I said ruffians. What is that? Mystical ruffians?
A ruffian, like a...
Rough, like just rough person? No. But we're a pacifist kingdom now. Pacifist kingdom now. Our laws focus on coexistence with the forest that is ethical as well as spiritual, with a mind for conservation. We choose to stay isolated in order to keep the forest a close and balanced system with no outside influences to muck things up. We managed to bring several native Moon Forest species back from the brink of extinction, you know.
I just stand there, letting the flood of words wash over me. I'd like to say none of it makes sense, but sadly, it makes more sense than anything Kuya's told me. Carl seems to notice that I'm staring at her blankly, and flashes me an apologetic smile.
Oh, I do hope I haven't been prattling on. I get so excited when I think about Moon Forest achievements. I wish outsiders knew more about us. Maybe I'll bring it up at the council this year. All in all, you should know that Kuya's behavior does not represent us. He's probably told you all kinds of stories of his violent deeds.
He said he tore the throat out of a wolf drake for his first kill when he was a baby, and that he once leveled an entire forest of trees with his bare claws.
First kill? Preposterous. We haven't celebrated such a thing in Moon Forest for hundreds of years. And the bit about leveling the trees? That's from the Tales of Moonbeam, a child's fable. Not being a Moon Forester, you wouldn't even have heard of it, but most of us grow up with it. Kuya was always especially enthralled with childish tales of heroism. It's rather sad, actually. He's modeled himself after these fictional heroes because he wanted to be big and powerful, I suppose. He was always the runt of the family and was never given much to do around the palace. It isn't that I don't sympathize, mind you, but enough is enough, wouldn't you agree? I can't believe he was wearing that ridiculous warrior getup out here on the freezing mountain. It's bad enough when he wears it to family dinners, but at least there's only embarrassing. It's only embarrassing. Here, it's likely to catch cold.
How do I know you're telling the truth? It really looked like someone kidnapped him. Maybe you're just telling me all this so I stop trying to find him. Where is he now, anyway?
Oh, my dear, Kuya did not want to leave your side, but I really didn't want to humor him any longer. He fought me tooth and claw, but I was determined to release you from his burden. Of course, he isn't strong enough to stand a chance against me, so his struggling was rather pointless. If it isn't painfully clear by now, little Kuya couldn't slay a fly. Eventually, I did have to bind his wrists because he kept clawing at poor trees, trying to get away. Do you know how bad that is for the environment? He did manage to slip away and run off into the woods a moment ago, but I can't imagine he'll gotten far. I was about to go looking for him, but then I ran into you.
She doesn't seem worried at all that Kuya is lost on the mountain again. The only thing Carl seems to have in common with her brother is that they're both super condescending. Well, I'm going to find him. You stay here and wait. I don't need your help to bring him back safely. I don't care if you think he's ridiculous. He's my friend, and I care about him, and I want to be the one to make sure he's okay.
That's fine with me, my dear. I'm quite exhausted from hauling him around all morning. I wouldn't mind letting you take over for now. But tell me, now that you know the truth about him, are you really all that surprised? It's adorable that you care about him, but did you ever truly believe he was the great hunter he said he was? I only asked to satisfy my curiosity. Mind you, I know you're an outsider, but surely you weren't silly enough to be fooled.
There's no reason to treat him like that. Yes, I never doubted Kuya, but... Yes, I never doubted Kuya. Not even for a second. The first one. I'm not saying Kuya was never immature, but you shouldn't write him off so quickly. It seems to me that he acts that way because you all make him feel like he has to. Like that's the only way you'd ever think he was worth anything. Oh, sorry. Kuya's not just a runt. He's brave and imaginative, and sweet in his own strange way. If you just give him a little attention, you'd see that.
Hey now, that's uncalled for. You know nothing of what it's like in our family home. For all you know, we've lavished attention and love on Kuya, and he still acts like a brat.
Maybe that's true, but you can't deny that Kuya acts that way because he just wants someone to believe in him for once. I don't care if Kuya is a great hunter or not. I believe in him anyway. It's only when I say this out loud that I realize I really do believe in Kuya, in spite of it all. I turn away and stride into the forest, without giving Karo a chance to respond. This is a change to respond. It's up to me to find Kuya and bring him back safe. It doesn't take long to find him. It's not snowing, so his footsteps are left uncovered. There, leaning against the boulder, with his wrists bound and his head bowed, is Kuya. I approach him carefully and place a hand gently on his shoulder. I expect him to be angry, to give me some lecture about how it's improper for a lowly outsider to lay a hand on a hunter prince. Instead, he looks up at me with tears in his eyes. He doesn't bother to try to hide them now.
I guess you talked to my sister, huh? She told you everything?
Yeah, she did. Is it all true?
It is, all of it. I'm so sorry I lied to you. I just wanted you to think I was somebody. I want everyone to think that, even though I'm not. I'm just the runt of the family and the one that no one wanted. I read those old stories about Moonforce in the olden days, and I thought there would be nothing better than being a great hunter like that. But if I went to hunt, I'll probably get killed on the first night.
Good thing it's not real then, huh?
Yeah, I guess I thought that maybe coming out here would make me stronger. I might even slay a beast and win the respect of my people, just like the hunters of the old days. Or at least they'll sneak off to the Starlight City for the council. Even though I'll never let me attend, maybe I could prove to them I'm ready for it. But when I met you, I realized you are brave and strong and I'm nothing like you. But because I'm bigger than you, you couldn't tell how weak I really am. You actually thought I was a tough guy. No one's ever thought I was anything but a runt, no matter how much I tried to pretend. I got so carried away.
Kuya,
Can you believe it? I actually met a real hero, someone worthy of being a great hunter. And I acted like a mean-spirited, arrogant fool and ruined it. I'm no better than my stupid brothers and sisters. Can you ever forgive me?
maybe, but you have to do better. Of course, Kuya, I've forgiven you already. You have to do better, number one. You really shouldn't have been so mean to me, you know. I mean, haven't you had enough of your brothers and sisters treating you badly? You should know how it feels when someone's a jerk to you, just to make themselves feel big. And you shouldn't have lied to me either. Kuya doesn't argue. He just hangs his head. I can tell he knows what I'm saying is right.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm such a fool. I wanted to impress you this whole time. Ever since I saw you fight that razorback, I've been head over heels for you.
Really? And that's why you were acting so different last night?
Yes, but I mess everything up, like I always do.
Hold on, you haven't messed everything up. You can still make it up to me.
Huh? I can?
Of course. You just have to do better next time. I know you could do it. I believe in you. And hey, I'll give you pointers if you mess up, since I'm so awesome and all.
You will? Does that mean we can keep hanging out?
Hanging out? Is that what we've been doing? But yes, I'd like that. Kuya looks at me with that big, cute, puppy-like smile of his.
Oh,
my chest. He's so bound.
His hands.
I just can't help it anymore. I lean in and kiss him. Meow. This is the first time I've ever kissed anyone. I'm glad it's with him. With the snow swirling around us, he's an oasis of warmth. Kuya leans into me, and I put my arms around him, drawing him close.
Please, don't take me back to Carol yet. I want to stay like this for as long as possible.
Let's stay here forever then. I feel the hard muscles on his chest and arms, rubbing them gently with my bare hands. It's embarrassing to admit, but I'm so glad I finally get to do this. Moon foresters must all be huge. If a guy as beefy as this could be considered weak, I don't care about that though. Kuya is perfect to me.
Well, yeah, how's the other ones?
I feel the scrape of his sharp teeth on my lips. He's being really gentle. There's something intoxicating about being so close to those huge fangs, knowing they would never hurt me. The great hunter, so strong and fierce. Well, close enough. I reach up to touch his hair, and my hand brushes against one of his horns. He moans softly. I guess that must be a sensitive spot. Kuya, it feels silly to say this out loud, but do you remember when I accidentally touched your chest?
Oh, of course I do. It's hard for me it's hard for me to forget.
Me too. Well, I was thinking, since I got to... Oh my God! Jesus Christ! I know I asked for this, but it's so soon. Since I got... You want to touch my boobs? Since I got to touch yours, it's only fair that you get to touch mine. I mean, if you want to.
I love to, but I can't.
My hands are bound. Oh. Is it a Moon Forester rule or something?
No, it's because my wrists are tied up.
Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. I almost completely forgot.
It's okay. I like it.
But you do. Goodness, should I leave them tied
What?
then?
This is so like... They've just been together for like less than 2 days probably?
I know. Unfortunately, our time together gets cut short by an unwelcome appearance, stomping through the trees to find us. Oh no.
What is it? Is it Carol?
Worse. The Razorback, with its bloody eye and deadly tusks, has found us again. I take out my dagger and slice open Kuya's bindings. It would have been fun to leave them on, but that time has passed. I slide my greatsword out of its sheath. There aren't a lot of visible escape routes, but maybe I can hold this thing off long enough for Kuya to get to safety. I have to try. I know how much he's relying on me.
Rosemary, what are we going to do?
It's okay. Just stay behind me.
What in the name of goddess are you two doing? I've been waiting long enough. Oh.
As if the situation weren't bad enough. Carl comes wandering cluelessly out to find us, but stops short once she sees the Razorback.
Ooh.
We watch in horror as the Razorback, distracted by the sudden sound, charges at Carl.
Carl!
Kuya, claws bared and snarling, lunges toward the beast, but I stop him with a hand. Kuya, wait, I've got a plan. But you've got to get yourself to safety. Let me handle this myself, okay? Kuya hesitates a moment, then relents. He smiles and kisses me softly before hurrying away.
That situation, I thought would be a whole different situation. Where it's like, no, let me do it now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, no, you can handle this. I respect that you'll do it.
Mm-hmm. While I make noise to draw the Razorback's attention, Kuya sneaks through the trees towards Kara. I hope this works. The Razorback snorts and stamps at the snow. It lowers its head to charge. That's it. I sheath my sword and wait. For this to work, I have to let the Razorback get real close. Here it comes.
What happened?
I remembered it all at once. The Razorback's strange secret weakness.
It's the horns, just like his.
Likes to rub the horns.
What is it? Did you kill it instantly by stabbing the one weak spot or something?
Not even close. The Razorback isn't a naturally aggressive animal, unless you scare it or hurt it badly, like we did. Otherwise, it's pretty tame. The way you calm it down is by rubbing its ears, which are very sensitive, and velvety soft too. Of course, the problem is figuring out how to rub its ears when it's charging and ready to rip you to shreds. I guess I got lucky. I shift my grip and rub the Razorback's ear tenderly between my thumb and forefinger. It shudders all over and lets out a low hum of pleasure. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was purring. Yeah, we're not gonna get any trouble from this cutie anymore. Isn't that funny? It seems so scary, but all it needed was a little love. Now it's a big old softie. What do you think? Should we call it Tusky?
Wow, you outsiders are terrible at naming things.
I find that I can lead the Razorback wherever I want by tugging gently on its ears. Carl is pretty bruised up. The fall knocked her out cold. Thankfully, though, she's not hurt too badly. Together, we lift her unconscious body onto the Razorback and head off for Starlight City. Knowing Carl is going to be okay, Kuya relaxes. He puts his arm around my waist, resting his head on my shoulder. The sun is just starting to set, and it's getting colder. But with Kuya leaning into me, I feel warm and safe.
You know, Rosemary, there's an old Moonforce fable that goes kind of like this. The great hunter goes to save this lady love from a fierce dragon. But instead of killing it, he ends up taming the dragon so together they can fly home on its back. What I'm trying to say is, if I thought you might make a good hunter before, I know it now. You'll be the best of them all, I think. Is it?
It's a very nice thing to say, but it makes me feel sad more than anything. It's Kuya who desperately wanted to be like the great hunters, not me.
When I came to the Mount Needle, I wanted to prove something.
Yeah, you add like 5 different words into a sentence.
Oh yeah. I'll make it to Starlight City all by myself. Maybe even slay some ferocious beasts along the way. I was tired of everyone thinking of me as a weakling. For some stupid reason, I thought this adventure could fix that. But when I met you, I realized something. There's no shame in being weaker than someone like you, Rosemary. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't mind being protected if you're the one protecting me.
That's when I realized I don't want to say goodbye once this job is over. I want to stay by his side. I want to be his champion. It's been a strange and surprising journey, but against all odds, Prince Kuya has become precious to me. I leaned in to kiss him, his arms tightened around my waist.
Rosemary, I'm royalty. I have a power to dub you Datenite. From now on, will you be my Datenite?
It would be my honor, Prince Kuya.
Aww.
Shortly before we arrive in Starlight City, I send the Razorback off into the woods. I'll miss that big old cutie pie. Carl wakes up shortly after. She's upbeat and energetic, if a bit sore. Soon we're in the city, which is just as beautiful and overwhelming as I imagined it would be.
Dearest Rosemary, I must thank you. You risked your life and limb to save us both. It's safe to say you've gone above and beyond what Kuya hired you to do. And once again, I can't apologize enough for my brother's behavior. Please don't cast all Moon Foresters in with his lot.
It's okay. I was happy to help you both. And Kuya already apologized to me, so, it's all good. Kuya and I smile at each other and blush. Carl notices this and sighs heavily.
Well, if this outstanding woman can find it in her heart to forgive you, Kuya, I suppose I can too. I like when they do that. You've made it this far. Would you like to join me at the council this year? As long as you're seen and not heard, of course. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want anymore. I think right now I'd just like to go home. I wouldn't mind showing Rosemary around Moon Forest too. I mean, if you want to.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
I'm sure it would be wonderful, but also quite impossible, Kuya. Don't put any more foolish ideas into this poor girl's head. You know as well as I do that outsiders are not allowed to visit Moon Forest except in emergency circumstances. You being in love struck is hardly an emergency of circumstance. Emergency circumstance. What? I'm a prince. That means I get to make the rules, right? I want Rosemary to come with me. You are a prince who is on thin ice, you know it. Don't push your luck. An outsider visit is out of the question, and that's absolutely final.
So, this is goodbye then? I hadn't been thinking about our future, but I guess I should have seen this coming. Moon Forest is completely isolated and secretive after all. There's no way they would have let me just come waltzing in for no reason.
If Rosemary can't come home with me, then I'm not coming home.
What?
What? Carol, you know I'm not happy at home. No one at home is happy with me either. Maybe the palace just isn't the right place for me. Rosemary travels all over the land, going on adventures and learning things. That's what I want to do too. I'm not a great hunter. I never will be. But maybe I could at least try something new and learn something maybe. I can't do that at home. And it will be worth it just to be with Rosemary. Besides, it'll be safe with her. You've seen how amazing she is. I know I'm weak, but I'll be okay. As long as I'm with her, you can trust Rosemary with my life. I promise. Right?
He looks at me with that big, hopeful smile. I smile back, but I'm trying not to get my hopes up. It all sounds too good to be true. To my surprise, Carl smiles at us too. You're
more mature than I thought, Kuya. Rosemary, would you swear on your honor to keep my brother safe in your travels, and perhaps let him come home to visit once in a while?
My heart leaps, and for a moment, I'm too excited to know what to say. Yes, of course. I'm sworn to protect Kuya on my honor as his Knight.
Very well then. Take good care of him, Kuya. Or take care of him. Care of him. Kuya, you might find it hard to believe, but I will miss you. I'll miss you too, Carol.
We say our goodbyes, and Carl leaves to attend the council alone. Now it's just me and Kuya, alone together, free to fill each other's chests.
It's just you and me now. What should we do first?
Fill each other's chests? It's funny to hear you ask for my advice for once.
Sorry, how's this? Lowly outsider, tell me what we should do now, please.
Well, there's a lot we could do. I was thinking of traveling to the Western Islands next. Of course, before we go, I'd like to give you some sword fighting lessons.
That sounds great and all. It does. But I was thinking that maybe we could just take a break first.
That sounds perfect. I take his hand in mine, and together we walk through the city, ready for our next adventure. That doesn't look like that picture. It's a bird!
Rose of Winter. And thank you.
We didn't get to touch each other's chairs.
Created by Avery Divine, Magnolia Porter, character designed by Atema Pandoria, background and UI by Victoria, and music by Toby Fox. Sound effects thanks to Brian Kayer, developed by Conrad Cray, Alara Scene, scripting of producer Joe Fu. Built with the technology of Unity 5 Plus, Fungus, and the Fungus community. Pillow Talk.
Musical guests.
Special thanks to the people on this page. Thank you, everyone. Adventure Zone is a part of them.
The flavor of LaCroix.
The McCoy brothers. Adventure Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's what's his name? I forgot.
Danger Zone. I don't know what.
That was fun.
That was fun.
More hornier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, and we stopped we stopped early again, or too soon again. When we always do that, where
Wait, what?
we stop and the ending's just 5 more minutes.
Oh yeah. That was 33 minutes. I think our last episode was an hour almost. But yeah, it was good. Rose of Winter. Like it a lot.
I want to tie him up and feel his chesticles.
Yeah, a lot of BMM. What do you call it?
BM bowel movements.
BNM. What is it called?
BN.
I forgot. They made a book about it.
They made a book about it.
Yeah, with the gray guy, and there's a tie involved and ropes.
You'll figure it out though.
There's 50 grades. There's different shades of grades.
Mm-hmm.
Different shades of grays.
A, B,
Shift days.
C.
Shift 50 shades of winter. That's what this thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you want to check that game out, itch.io, Steam, they have it. Rose of Winter. I think it's $10. But yeah, it's fun. There's 3 other stories we didn't do. We just did this one. But yeah, thank you, Audrey.
Thank you
for playing with me. And that was Date Night. Bye, everyone.
Bye.